Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a little Easter look and a slash chit chat, get ready with me and all that, because this Sunday is actually Easter, so you guys don't know. And we're going to talk about what Easter means to me. And I know, you know, first of all, when it comes to Easter, it means different for everyone. For years and years and years, since the very beginning. But yeah, we'll put on makeup, do a little Easter look, and do a little chit chat and all that. I am going to be trying some new stuff out, and only got a couple of new things to me. Is the Maybelline Grip Syrup that I'm trying out. Finally the Lotion Lumi Lego Lotion Tint. And then I got this powder from my BoxyCharm on my Walmart beauty box. This Revlon Revolution Translucent. This ain't nothing new. I know it's been out for years, maybe even been discontinued, but I'm gonna try this powder. But we're gonna do a nice little Easter look. I have pinks and all of that, but I really want to try this makeup out. So we're just gonna try some makeup out, chit chat, all combined in one. So first of all, I want to say, if you guys are celebrating Easter, happy Easter, because you guys will see us on Easter Day. Of course, I'm working, so this is basically what I'll be doing, getting ready for work. But I do have one type of news. I am switching shifts. I will not be working my 9 to 6. I actually, starting this weekend coming up, and you guys see this, I will be start working my closing shift. So I will have time to get up, get ready, and all of that. Ooh, this does feel grippy. Huh. The more I rub it in, the more I could definitely feel the grip. It is as grippy as the e.l.f. primer and the Makeup by Mayo primer. So it does have that sticky, tacky grip. So that's always good. So yeah. I'll be working that Easter, but I know when I talk about this, I don't get that many reviews because I know you guys, we all had different beliefs, and when I talk about my belief and everything, for me, I know for most kids, most people, it's about the candy, the Easter egg hunt, and all of that. And that's how a lot of people celebrate Easter. But as the other side of us, that is a Christian, that believes in God, that reads the Bible, that, not saying, well, how holy thou and all that, but we celebrate in our way, to where on Easter, that was the day that Jesus rose. And that was the day that he rose up from being dead and crucified. And it was a day that we was literally able to go to him so we could get to God. And my belief, and I've been alive now 41 years. 13th of this month was my birthday. So yeah, I'm going to be using a sponge, and I got the shade 120 Neutral. Now this seemed a little bit deep for me, but since it being a skin tint, you guys know that sometimes skin tints just do not that much coverage, and it may look deep, but yeah. So I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna start. But yeah, it's not that bad. So for me, when it comes to Easter, my thing is that I go on the Christian God belief side of it. I do believe that God did die. I mean, Jesus did die, and I do believe he did rise up 3 days later, and that is how I celebrate. Now, don't get me wrong. I do give candy to my kids. I do, they don't do Easter egg hunt. They're much, much, much older, but that for my kids' sake, they do believe in what I believe in, but they are kids. I mean, they know the true meaning. They know the real meaning. They know what it really means when it comes to Easter and all of that. So, but the kids, they like candy. Every kid like candy, so you can't blame them from saying, "Hey, I still want candy. I still want this." So they know that what I've taught them and what I've been teaching them, and we went to church. We've been going to church for quite a while, and every Sunday they would have the bread and the juice. Because the day before, if you guys have read the Bible, you guys know anything about this, the day before they captured him and before they crucified him, he literally sat around with all his disciples and he said, "My time will come." He represented the wine they had back then as his blood. He said, "Drink this, because this is my blood, and remember me." So he knew that he was going to die. He knew that he was going to go through this. Then the bread. He said, when he broke the bread and gave to each piece of the disciples, he said, "Remember me. This is my body." Every time we drink, every time we ate. So he was preparing them for that day when he got captured and got crucified. Okay, for some odd reason, this is not clinging to my nose, and I always have trouble with that. Anytime I do a new foundation on a skin tint or whatever it is, it clings to, it doesn't stay on my nose. I'm gonna definitely try this with other primers and see. I mean, it looks good, except it's clean around my nose and not really staying on it. So maybe it's not gonna work with this, and it does look that bad, but yeah, definitely gotta try this out some more with another primer. It has a glow. I mean, I like the glow. It's not really doing so good around my nose. So I'm definitely gonna have to try with a different foundation. Yeah, I don't like it around this area. So we're gonna try with a different primer. I like the glow. It's spread out easily, but I just feel like that it's not really mashing with this. So I'm definitely trying with a different foundation and that with a different primer to see. So anyway, so yeah, that all happened. So for me, every time Easter come, every time Easter Sunday come, I basically, am like, okay, and then we're going to be using we'll do this one, what the heck, still open up. The BPR Essential Concealer, but it just, like I said, it's just different for me and my kids, and, like, my cousins, they'll have eggs in Easter. Like my cousin, she'll have her kids, go Easter egg hunting or have candy and all of that. But I've always believed, and it's not because what I was taught, it's not because, my grandma, she was my big influencer when it came to, teaching me about God and Easter and what it really meant. And things like that. Because she really, of course, she gave me candy. I was a kid. Like I said, every kid loves candy. So it was like she wasn't abandoning what Easter meant. She was basically saying, hey, people celebrate Easter in different ways. Some people celebrate it and remember God emerges when he rose up from the grave 3 days later. Some people do it as actual Easter, about bunnies and candy and Easter egg hunt and all that. So basically, she was like, you are a kid, and we do celebrate Easter, and we are gonna, you are gonna get candy. You are gonna get, my grandma used to make Easter egg cake, like a Easter bunny cake. So, like I said, she was all into that too. But she said, just remember the true meaning of Easter. You can celebrate Easter any way, any shape, form you want. But remember the true meaning of Easter. Remember that it's not about the cake, it's not about the candy, it's not about, things like that. It's about the day that Jesus came up and literally now you have a way to have your sins forgiven. Because Lily said, no one goes to God except through me. So it was, she would teach me all these different lessons about how people celebrate things. So throughout the years, I love Easter, don't get me wrong. I think it's an amazing holiday. It's beautiful. I understand why kids go insane. Candy is, yeah. So, like I said, I have my way of remembering what Easter is about, but as a Christian, I truly, like, you guys can remember any way you want to. Like, that's why I said my grandma taught me that and all that. So, I'm going to use the Too Faced chocolate, Too Faced no tea bronzer sculpt stick and chocolate mousse. And oh my god. So yeah, just want to come on here, do a little Easter look, and just talk about the holidays and talk about what you guys will be doing. If you guys are doing anything for Easter, I would love to know. If you guys are celebrating, working, doing Easter egg hunt, it may be. Don't mind that. Sorry, this gets on my nerves. But, yeah. Okay.
Don't be impolite.
Oh. Don't mind that. That was just my phone. So, yeah. But I hope you guys do have an Easter no matter sorry, which way you celebrate it, whichever way you want to celebrate it, it's, up to you. But yeah. But this is pretty much how, like I said, me and the kids celebrate. I do get them candy, like I said, for Easter, and I will be working. So, it's, oh my god, I love this. I seriously need to keep using it. That's how good it is. Okay, so for Easter colors, I did do a lot of pink and all that, and I am going to use the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz one that has lily pastel colors, and again, be used for a while, but I figure it would be beautiful for this look. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal Lumi blush in the shade Dewy Bright Pink. So I'm going to do a little dots here. And we're going to do that. And then, of course, I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend it out. So, because this is very, very pigmented. See, it's very pigmented, but it does blend out, which I really do enjoy the fact that it blends out. And dress with powder won't look as bad. I'm just going to put some right here and all of that. So I think it looks beautiful. And don't worry, like I said, powder will help it work. So for highlight, I'm just use my CoverGirl True Blend highlighter in the shade Moonlight. I'm just gonna put some right here, and right here, of course, right there. So then, of course, gonna take my finger and we'll just blend this in. And blend that all in. You can see a beautiful glow to add on the other glow. Like I said, I do like it, but I feel like that around the nose, it really just didn't blend that well. But there is a glow to this Lumi one. So I'm definitely gonna have to keep trying it and see. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set it with powder. So I'm gonna use this one for underneath the eyes. Like I said, I've never tried this before. I've heard good things about it. And I gotta figure out, I may have to put this in a different container because I don't know. It seems really hard to use. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna use this. Because the cap is really small. Ooh, but a lot comes out. Okay. A lot came out. So let me get my tiny, tiny, tiny brush. And I may have to transfer to this a different powder. When we do that, we're going to do the crease. Make sure the crease is not visible. And we are going to use this. So far, it's doing great underneath the eyes. Don't really feel like it's drying my eyes out that much. Doesn't look that bad. So we will see how this goes. A lot came out, so maybe I don't have to put in a container because a lot came out. So I'm going to use the Insta blowing powder from CoverGirl to do the rest. But yeah, hope you guys, like I said, enjoy your Easter. Like I said, whether you are going out or you have to use a puff. Yeah. I feel like that this is kind of doing okay. So let me get a little puffy puff. Sorry, I have a little puffy puff. So I'm just going to use the puff and we're just going to pout this everywhere. definitely gonna have to try this with a different primer because I feel like that really didn't do that well with pores. Like my pores are coming out. So yeah. Okay. And then for this. So like I said, when it comes to me and my family, when it comes to Easter, we basically just have it to where use it, you know, basically that's how we are when it comes to Easter, when it comes to holidays. We think of it as a different holiday. We think it as a holiday where we celebrate God's life. I mean Jesus' life, his rising, his falling, his everything like that. So I'm gonna use the LYS. I love this. I'm telling you right now, I got this before the sale. I did get a few things from the Sephora sale. If you guys seen this, it is over with, unfortunately, because of I didn't have the money at the time. I was kind of strict on that, so and I had other stuff going on, which I do want to do a video because I have major life updates that I really want to tell you guys and share with you guys because I haven't done a life update for quite a while, and I've been hitting on different things for a reason, and I've been wanting to do a life update because of what's been happening. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face and use the Milani one before I do anything else. Because it needs spray, it needs to look alive, it needs to look like actually don't look dry. Bad thing about being dry cake. See, that's a bad thing about being a dry person now, because like I said, I used to be oily, but now it comes to a point where I am literally dry, so I have to literally be careful what powders I use and all of that what I use on my face, because it will make me look more dry and cakey than normal. So yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and quickly do eyes. I'm not going to do that much on the eyes. I'm just going to, like I said, just do a quick look using the Huda Beauty. And I do have my primer, which I had the primer, but apparently not. So I'm going to use this primer because I'm trying to make sure my videos ain't long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy Easter. I hope you guys enjoy whatever way you celebrate it. And I know when you come to religion and I start talking about religion, you guys are kind of like off-putting with that. But you guys know I don't talk about my religion that much, that often because of that. And I just feel like that I'm not forcing you guys to believe what I believe. I'm just saying every person's different. Everybody's different when it comes to holidays and how they celebrate, what they celebrate, and all that. So, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this very light pink, and it's called Cherish. I'm going to find a clean blending brush. Hopefully, I can find a clean one. But I'm going to use that to start blending it. Like I said, it's very like pinky type, but you could definitely see it. For being very light, it's very like dramatic in a way. So you can definitely see the pink. Okay, so then I'm going to go into a smaller brush, and I know I have a smaller one somewhere. we'll go into this one, and we'll go into this next one called Happiness. And this kind of is a little bit deeper, so I'm going to put this somewhat on the outside and the inside to do a little deepening up on the crease. This is so beautiful. The reason why I bought it, because it is a beautiful palette. But you can see a little deepening. Blend that out, and then of course I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just basically blend this out where it looks blended and look like that. Then we're going to take, I know I said simple and easy, but sometimes I don't do simple and easy. Then we're going to take the next shade, and I think the next shade we're going to do is like this like purpley one called Serenity. And we're going to put that on the outer edge of it. Just get a little depth. Use the same brush. So this is a E6 from their Bling collection, which I really do like because of it. And you can tell it's a little bit deeper. So and just give it a little depth outside of the lid. Okay, then with my finger, I'm going to be using this shade called Joy. So that's what it looked like. Very pretty. And I'm going to put this all over my lid. It's close to all over my lid. I don't want to disrupt what I have going on. So I'm kind of going to put like where like the outer corner and the inner corner is, and kind of, you know, go like that and kind of go everywhere to look like that. So, and same thing on this side. And all of that. Then I'm just going to use the clean brush and again just blend all this together so that way it could be nice and comprehend and all of that. So that is the look. As you can see, it's very pretty and all of that. Then for the inner corner, we're going to do a little bit of lightening. You can see. So I'm going to take a smaller brush like this. This is from Moda Pro BMX 220 detail brush. So I'm going to use the last shade, which is Self Love. And that will be our inner corner highlight. Luckily, this did not have no fallout, which I'm actually happy about. But yeah, that's our inner corner highlight. But that is pretty. I like that. Okay. So for a mascara, we're just going to use a simple Maybelline mascara. And that's in, actually, before we do that, we're going to use my highlighter. I'm going to put some highlighter on my brow bone. Just to give it a little, all that. So I'm going to take a flat brush and we're just going to put some on my brush, and then we're going to put some on my highlighter spot to give it some highlight on the brow bone. There we go. Okay, now we will take the mascara, the Maybelline Colossal Kohl one, and we will use that to do lashes. This I really do like. And we have that. Okay. Don't mind that. I will be washing off as soon as dry. Okay, for lips, we're just going to use the L'Oreal Age Perfect Feather Lip in Bold Orchard. And then we're going to use the Fenty Beauty Glossy Balm Stick. High Shine Glossy Balm Stick, and it is fussy. That will be our look for today. Then the glossy balm. Okay, so now we have the final look. Put this stuff up. And this is our final look using in a final look for Easter. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Just remember, I'm not pushing any faith on you, anything like that. I'm just telling you guys my beliefs and everything, and how we celebrate Easter and our meanings for Easter and everything. So just remember that. I hope you guys have a lovely Easter. Celebrate whichever way you want to celebrate. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you next time. Everything I used will be down below the description box, so make sure you check that out, and I will see you later. Till then, bye. Oh, and the three things I tested out in this video through all this, I will be come back to you guys with that and my thoughts and review once I get done with that. But till then, I'll see you later.